Welcome to the Life of KG, your ultimate destination for all things motivation and business insights. Join me, Katie Godfrey, serial entrepreneur and the brains behind the KG brand. Along the way, we'll welcome inspiring guests and share invaluable business tips to fuel your growth journey. Don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button and leave us a review. With that said, let's dive into the world of success together. Every year I host a UK event and we have just released tickets for our January event, which I am so excited about. You do not want to miss out. We have high-level learning, insane speakers, and a community of people that just get it. You will come away from the day completely motivated and loads to be able to implement into your business. We always have extremely limited spots, so if you want a seat at this table, then make sure you head over to go and grab your ticket now. Click below on the show notes and go and grab your ticket. Hey everyone, welcome back to A Life of KG. Very exciting episode today. We have Laura all the way from Scotland. Oh, so excited to have you.
Oh, I am so excited to be here, honestly. A bit nervous, I'm not going to lie, but that's normal, isn't it?
Of course it is. Do you know what? There's 7 years and I still get like, oh my God, what's the intro going to be? Oh my God, what questions are going to come up?
Yeah.
It's 7 years. I don't think it ever gets easier.
No. And I think nerves means something to you as well. Like, if I wasn't nervous, that wouldn't be right.
Yeah, if we didn't care. I think that about anything though. I'm like,
Totally.
How are you not nervous if you do certain things? Or not necessarily like completely nervous, but have like that butterfly feeling.
Aye, that's more what it is.
Yeah, like because you have to care about things.
Oh, definitely.
So, just makes us real.
Yep, and human.
So let's do an intro for those that don't know who you are and what you do.
So I am Laura, obviously, and I am a hair extension specialist from it's a wee place called Kilsyth. It's just 20 minutes outside Glasgow, and I am literally all things hair. Like anything about hair, I just love it. I specialise mainly in, it's mostly weaves we actually do, but I do weaves, we do bonds, we do tapes, which I'm not actually a fan of, but they're what we
I've got them in as well at the moment.
They're great for 2 weeks, and then we've steered quite a lot of your clients away from them. They're not great for your hair either. But we also do mesh integration, meshless integration, and last year I also trained in men's hair systems.
Wow.
We're still getting a separate room set up for that, obviously, so that the men have got their own wee space when they come into the salon. But I'm all about learning.
It's such a huge business, isn't it? With the men and then the mesh integration.
Totally, yeah. Even with like any type of hair extensions, like it is. I didn't even know how to curl my hair when I first started doing hair. Like literally, my friend who is a hairdresser I would go to her for anything. But see, when I started doing it, see the difference. You literally see someone blossom in front of you. Like you see their confidence build. Like it can actually be quite emotional sometimes as well. Like I am a bit like that with other people anyway. But it's the best job ever.
So are you as a salon owner trained in hair extensions and hair now, or just extensions?
So initially when I started, when I left school, my English teacher, Ms. McAllister, she was amazing. She got me my first job. I wanted to leave school at 16. I was not interested. And she got me my first job in a salon in the West End of Glasgow, Thomas Chavita, it was called. So that would have been like 28 years ago. He was amazing. What a man he was. I literally went straight out of school. And even things like, I remember I was literally your typical teenager, like always up to mischief and stuff. Like I expected my mum to take me here, there and everywhere. But I remember I was so keen on it. I would walk to the train station, then I had to get a train, then I had to walk to the subway, get a subway, and then walk after that as well.
Wow.
So I started in there, but after it was hard being a junior back in those days. Like it's nothing like being a junior or an apprentice now. Like
it was brutal back in the day, wasn't it?
Yeah. Like I'm a good boss. Like so, like nothing. Well, saying that he was a great boss, but it's hard work. So after I was there for 10 months, and then I thought this is far too much like hard work. So I left hair altogether. So I never completed my hairdressing at that point. And then it's like you get older, then you want money. I worked in loads of different places, and then I eventually I ended up in a lawyer's firm. Started off as a receptionist in there, and worked my way up. Did my conveyancing paralegal.
Wow.
So nothing like here. And this is when I couldn't even curl my hair. And then it was actually a bit of a weird one. Like I had been kind of getting to the point, it was just, I was coming up to when I was, no, in fact, before I turned 30, the recession happened. Obviously, a lot of younger people won't remember the recession.
Was it 2009 recession?
Yeah, that was it. So because it was mainly conveyancing we did, the work just wasn't there. So my boss put us down to a 3-day working week. And at that point, I had my own house, I had a mortgage, I had responsibilities, so I needed to be earning. Yeah. So I booked a 1-day spray tan course, I booked a 1-day lash course, I booked acrylic nails, I booked a 1-day acrylic nail course, and I would literally take all my kit to people's houses after work or in my days off. I can remember literally charging £12 for acrylic nails.
My God.
Sitting on my knees on people's floor. Like,
and how long did they take you to do?
Oh my God. Hours, especially because normally people's kids were running about and stuff like that. So that's kind of how it started. And then in the November, I can't remember what year it was. It must have been about 2010 maybe. The November I did an acrylic nail course. No, sorry, not acrylic nails. I did a 1-day keratin bond course.
Right, hair extensions.
I travelled, I can't even remember where, down to England somewhere, took my friend down with me to be my model. So again, no hair experience apart from the 10 months when I was 16. Because at this point I'm nearly 30. And I just absolutely fell in love with hair extensions. Don't get me wrong, I left thinking I am never going to be able to do this. But I left like knowing that that's what I wanted to do. And then I think it was the March after I lost my dad. So just before I turned 30. And at that point I was just like it was kind of like a wee kick up the bum. Like I'd been getting fed up with what I was doing. I never wanted to work in an office. Like as much as it was a great job and stuff, it paid really well and stuff, but I'm not an office person. Like it's just not me. So I like that kind of, I don't know what it did to me. Like probably now when I think back, I'm like, God, that was a bit reckless of you. But I just quit my job. I quit my job. I actually worked in a call centre night shift for a bit while I built up the extension business. I did it. My husband, in fact, I did the first part of the room. I painted it pink and white. I can remember, had a wee IKEA plastic chair in my back room with my mirror. Then I started selling clothes online. And I had this room in my house that I had my, as I say, the extension set up. Then I had my wee lash bed, because I was still offering lashes as well. Then my wee glass coffee table type thing that I did acrylic nails at and gel nails. And I started selling clothes, and it became like this wee kind of one-stop shop. People would come and get all on my spray tan cubicle as well. I had that too. And people would come and get everything done. But obviously over time, there was some of the things just I wasn't really digging. But extensions, I can't describe the feeling it gives me when I do extensions. Like it just feels so good, and it's more how it makes other people feel. Like
100%.
I know. So I decided I was going to concentrate on extensions. But what I was finding was a lot of clients were coming to me and they were like, "Oh, I have to go here and get this coloured," and then they come back, and then sometimes they would come and it didn't match or whatever. So at 32, I think I would have been, I was the oldest student in my year. I went back and I finished my hairdressing.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, definitely. And not because I, without blowing my own trumpet, I know what I'm doing with extensions. And then I did as well, like I was cutting and blending and fine. Because actually when I did the extension course, I was the only non-hairdresser on it. And I did get, as much as they were lovely, I did get a bit of judgment. I seen their faces when it was, you talk a bit about what you do. When I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't a hairdresser, but not being a hairdresser didn't matter. And the only reason at that time that I went back and finished it was because I wanted to offer everything. Because again, it was just me at this point. So I didn't want people going, so that was crazy. It made more sense for them to come and for me to do everything. So luckily, because I had done my first year, like I didn't have to do as long. I went straight into second year. And even in there, like I can remember the girls had done their first year. I can actually remember going into the first day and the tutor was like, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to talk about this cut. Because as much as I could cut extensions, it was different from cutting actual hair. And she was like, right, so everybody go and work on their Sally heads. And I'm like, can you just go over it a wee bit with me? Like I don't actually know how to do that part of it. And I can remember her going, well, why are you in this class then?
No.
And I'm like, well, ask your boss, because she interviewed me, and she, like, it was her that got me to come into this one. And I'm actually, a lot of people who were in that course with me, a lot of them don't do hairdressing anymore. Like I worked really hard at it. As much as I say I did the 1-day course with extensions, I have done so many courses since, like, but where I am is because of me, because of how hard
100%.
I've worked. Like, well, obviously I've had my husband help me with, like, changing my salon and changing my room a million times, but in terms of ability, that's down to me.
Yeah, definitely. And I think just having that mindset to keep pushing forward, and also the passion, like, you obviously done lots of different things.
So many.
Like with the clothes, and I can literally resonate with that, because when I had the salon, I opened the salon with no clients. Like, anything I could do to get a client through the door for something, I would have done literally anything. Yeah. And there was this tiny little gap at the beginning of the salon when you walk in that we couldn't do anything in. It was just like spare gap. And I was like, I'm going to put a rail in. I'm going to get a rail in, and I'm going to sell clothes. And people used to come in to get the clothes. Obviously, long term, it didn't work. We're a beauty salon, it wasn't a clothes shop. But actually, I've seen it work really well for some people.
It did. And see the amount of my clients now, because some of the clients that I have, like, 14 years down the line, they still come to my salon now. Like, they were in my house when I was charging £30 for a tea bar. Like, and they still say to me sometimes, why don't you sell clothes again? And it's just more, I'm like, oh, I don't have time just now. And I actually still have some of the clothes that I sold. The quality was amazing. It was great. But extensions were obviously that's where my passion lies, like hands down. Yeah.
And I love the fact that you're open, you've done 1-day courses to get to where you got until you obviously finish your hairdresser's qualification. Loads of people don't even know that I also done hair extensions, and I loved it.
Oh, definitely.
I loved it. And that was actually, that training was really shocking though.
So was mine. Oh
my God. I literally remember pulling up to this house, and I was like, okay. Went into like this bedroom, and it had the bed in, like, it had an actual bed.
So you went to a house for it?
I went to a house, not knowing it was a house. Your hotel, you went up level a little bit. And then I had to just do it on this doll, literally a couple of, it was micro ring training them.
Oh, God.
A couple of rows, and they're like, yeah, that's great, see you later. And I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but hey, I knew I loved it when I started doing it.
Yeah.
And I just practice. And like I said, we was a beauty salon. The hairdressers in the area were slating me that I was doing it, but I was cleaning up with extensions. Everyone wanted to come with me, because I just think I had the eye for it. I could do the colour matches perfect, because obviously fit them perfectly. I learned how to blend, but I couldn't do any more than that. So one hairdressers that I did have a relationship with, I used to send all my clients to them and then just build up a relationship. I loved doing hair. And then we opened up my hairdressers. I didn't have a clue about hairdressing. And then I was like, okay, I'll hand this to the hairdressers. But I would train all the hair extensions up, because I knew how the hairdressers up on extensions, because I knew how exactly I wanted them fitted.
That's it. And you don't have to be a hairdresser to know these things. Like,
no.
Initially, fair enough to be able to recognise maybe like conditions, like scalp conditions, or just general, like like how people's hair is and stuff like that. But this is things that you learn. And the training, my training wasn't great. I've had some really good courses too. But what I was finding with a lot of them is I was leaving after 1 day, and I would never, that's it. They would say, let me know if you need anything, but there was never really that aftercare. So I did need to work at it. Obviously I've not long started training, like I'm at the point where I'm trying to build that as well. That's not the way I want to go. I absolutely think you don't have to be a hairdresser, but I do think you need guidance after it. You need to be able to ask. Same with my clients, like not just hair extension clients. I always say no question is a silly one. Like, I'd much rather you contacted me than something goes wrong or whatever. But and as I say, like, I've trained, I think that was keratin bonds and micro rings, because they were the in thing at the time. And to my clients who still come, even when I did dodgy ones, like I can remember I did a weave in someone and I had to keep coming back, because it kept, at this point, I think I did the training, but then I'd forgot. So I watched a YouTube video before I went to it, just to kind of refresh. I was so nervous, and I was only doing like the micro ring ones where you're only using rings, whereas now like we specialise more in the sew-in weaves and stuff like that. But or when I look back in my very first few pictures, I actually come up in my memories on Facebook. Oh, cringe. But it's cringe, but I'm also like, oh my God, Laura, look how far you've came.
100%.
Totally. And this was my mum's hair extensions. And I'm like, oh, a blend of colours for whatever my wording was. And it's my mum's hair's brown. And then I've just added, there's just like a few lines of blonde extensions hanging down. I'm like, I can't believe I posted that. Like I don't know if anyone's seen this TikTok trend, and it's like, the picture I'm not wanting to post compared to the picture I posted confidently. That is literally like, oh, they were so bad. Like, but obviously that was my mum. But again, there's clients who I probably didn't give the greatest extensions to. But now, again, without blowing my own trumpet, I am very good at extensions. Like, there's nothing I don't know about it. And if I don't know something, then I'll find out. Like, I'm always learning. Like, I always want to know what's better for people's hair. Like, even down to before, it was always keratin bonds. Like, I still do have there's a wee place in my heart for keratin bonds. I think they're great, but there's methods I know that are much better for people. And the good thing about us, because we offer so many, then there's something for everyone. Like, and that's also why I kind of went and learned the men's hair loss as well, because it does affect them the same.
100%. It's such, again, a huge business with the men hair loss, and I think men as well. The male grooming side to business is growing, and it's underlooked when it comes to salons at the moment.
Yeah, and I think as well, like men are like, I think men, it's like if they go bald, you just have to shave it off and like and be okay with it. And sometimes like men will kind of slag each other for it and stuff, but actually, like, they deserve to feel good as well. They deserve to be confident and stuff. Obviously, as I say, I actually travelled to down south to learn that as well. But I've not actually, because we're doing the room, I've not actually got a client in for it yet, apart from who I trained with. But I am so excited to get in about that.
Oh, that's so exciting. Can't wait to help you on that launch.
I know. I've got so many things, actually. Like, I think that is my brain. No, I'm always like,
the next thing.
Yeah, but obviously, like, going back to kind of how it all started and stuff like that as well. So that was me in my wee room, like just me, loving life. Like, my wee dogs were there. Like, my husband would be bringing pizzas in for people and everything. Like, sometimes would even bring a bottle of wine when they came and stuff. But so that was kind of 10 years of that. But the last 5 years of me doing that, I just felt like I wanted more. I was working, oh my God, the longest hours, like, and sometimes it felt like my home wasn't my own. Like, I remember times where I'd go for a bath and be like, what if I forgot about a client, and they turn up at the door and while I'm in the bath. And so I started looking at salons, and for one reason or another, I actually kind of was going to take a couple, and then like, no, it's not right. Like, it just didn't feel right. And then COVID hit. So that was me kind of 10 years into my business. And we had the first lockdown, which I was still working from home at the time.
Yeah.
And then October came, and it was before that I'd seen a salon that I'd always liked, kind of just off our main street. I just love, like, King Street it is. And my husband, he's actually so cute. He says, you're the queen of King Street. He's so cute.
I love that.
So that's him blowing my trumpet, not me. So anyway, so this came up that someone was selling their business. I wasn't interested in the business. I had my own business, but I really, really wanted the salon. So long story short, I ended up with that salon. So we got the keys the 8th of October. I remember the landlord, he was like, I can give you the keys in a few days. Or he was doing really busy. And I'm like, I'll come to your house and I'll pick them up. So I went to his house, picked the keys up. We ripped it out. Spent obviously all this time doing work to it. Opened on the 15th of December. And then I remember doing a client's hair on Christmas Eve, and her face just fell, and I'm like, is everything okay? And she was listening to an announcement, and she went, we're getting locked down again. And I'm like, what? I've been opened for like 10 days, like not even 10 days, 9 days. So at this point, I'm thinking, this is a different situation. When we locked down the first time, I only had, like, I was in the house, I didn't have rent to worry about or whatever. But we survived it.
Oh, it was the worst. I can literally remember it clear as yesterday.
Oh, I know. It seems like a lifetime ago, but I kind of tell myself, if I survive that, then I'll survive anything.
100%.
At that point, I didn't have any staff though. I opened this massive salon with me, and I was renting a nail table to a girl. So that would have been, what year would that have been? 2021 then?
Yeah.
So yeah, we were locked down till April though, and I remember opening in April. So I never kind of know when my open, like, see when it's like,
When did
my
it
salon is
open?
this old, because I kind of had 2 openings. But then November that year, so 6 months later, I employed 2 girls, one of which is still with me now. Yeah, I'm really lucky with my staff actually. And then even in the past year and a half, so I went from basically having 2 members of staff, 2 part-time members of staff, and I now have 5 at the moment.
Wow.
One of which is on maternity leave. But how my business has grown these past few years. And you know, a lot of the time I'm like, I don't know how it's happened, because I'm always winging it. I just wing it. But you know, it wasn't until I was sitting up there and I thought, do you know what? I don't actually wing it. I'm pretty shit hot. And I probably don't give myself enough credit for that.
If you're ready to level up, you need to join one of my masterminds. My clients are getting insane results. One client works from home, has tripled her income, and is now joining the mentoring space. Another client was stuck to her salon floor, but now has retired from the tools, and her team is just running the show without her. Another salon owner had a training academy too and wanted to scale her training academy more than the salon, which she is now doing, and created online courses and created a passive income. If you want to stop winging it and start growing today, then you need to apply. The link is in the show notes.
Joe, I think as women, we're generally not good at giving ourselves credit.
Totally, yeah.
And I think we actually use the word winging it a lot to cover up what we've actually done, or we don't realise until we go back and talk about it, of how far we've come. It's like, own the fact of, you know what, I actually know my shit, and I've built this myself, and I've done really bloody well.
Yeah, and I think that is a lot, because it's something I say all the time. And even a client said it to me before though, when I was saying about winging it, and she's like, Laura, you're not winging it. You're a businesswoman. And even saying that, I'm a businesswoman, I'm like, what? I'm a businesswoman, because I do know my stuff, and I work so hard. Again, I've got the most amazing team of girls. I am so grateful for every one of them. But yeah, there's so much that goes on behind the scenes, all the stresses, which is funny, because I'm like, I wouldn't change that, because it's just all part of it. But and then I think sometimes as well, I'm like, I'm so lucky, because I know a lot of people have had it harder when they've been trying to start up their businesses and stuff, like being a single parent, or things going really badly wrong or whatever. And I have been lucky. I've got, as I say, supportive husbands, supportive family and stuff like that. All of these things that I know how lucky I am. But that doesn't mean that I don't work hard for what I've got as well.
It's just because there hasn't been this bad story background, doesn't mean that it hasn't been hard for you to, grow this clientele, build a team, learn to be a leader, and actually going from a home business to a salon. It's a completely different ballgame.
Completely different. And I remember actually that's why I waited so long to do it, because some of my clients were like, oh, great idea, but obviously my clients were used to, I am a very laid back person. My house is really welcoming and stuff like that. And a lot of people like that kind of, you feel safe.
Yeah.
And I remember saying oh God, what if it's not like that? And even now, I think I lost 2 clients, and all of the clients, and not because they didn't like the salon, they just wanted to come to a house, which is absolutely fine. But every single one of my clients from my house still come to my salon. And I remember a few of them have actually said to me, Laura, what you've built here is amazing. It feels like your home. Even down to my house is an old house I live in, so there's a lot of brick and stuff. And when we decorated the salon, we have a brick effect wall and stuff. And then people saying oh, your team are amazing. Everyone's so welcoming. And that as well, to try and bring can be hard, because salons can be scary places.
They can be so scary. They can be really daunting.
Yeah.
Running a team is really bloody difficult, which I think people don't see. And you've been really blessed with your team, but actually most of you haven't realised you've had to put a lot of work into the team for them to be like that, for them to for you to have that culture, because culture is one of the hardest things
Definitely,
to actually set in place.
Yeah.
But for your clients to see that your team are carrying through that as well, you've obviously built an extremely strong culture. Most of you didn't even realise you've done.
No, and I think that's because actually a client said that to me as well. I'm like, I'm so lucky, like with the team I've got, and my client was like to me, but that's like, they're also lucky too. Like that's you, because if you're a good person, then you attract good people as well. And definitely, like, you can feel it when you come into the salon. Like, I'm all for when you come into it, no matter who it is, when they come into the salon, I'm like, hi, like straight away, like even whether they're your client or not, like, and all my staff are like that. Even down to silly things, like if a wee old lady passed one day and she's like, do you mind if I use the toilet, or kids can pass, and like, I think it should be a welcoming place, and people definitely feel that when they come in, and I think that's definitely, I was going to say it's down to me, but it's not just down to me. Again, it's down to an amazing team. But I think it
comes from you, and I think just literally own that. Like, your team are amazing, but it's because we've got a good leader. That's what it comes down to.
That's it, exactly. And I mean, being nice, it's not really that hard.
Oh, it's really not. Why do people find it so difficult?
I know.
I really don't understand why it's so hard to be kind, nice, caring, put everyone else first when they're in your chair. Like, I don't get that.
I always say, like, I've said it to you before when we've been talking about stuff, like, I'm just like, life is hard enough. Like, let's try and make life easier for each other. Obviously, sometimes I make people's lives turn them upside down with, I'm really bad for, see, if you sit in my chair and you're like, oh, I hate my work or I hate my job, I will literally, you'll leave my chair and I had a girl recently who actually quit her job the week after speaking to me because she was thinking about another course. She is going to do something else. Or I've had people who've went and booked aesthetic courses or semi-permanent makeup courses, just because if you sit in my chair and tell me you want to do something, I will be like, well, do it. And again, that's because I don't know if, like, is definitely losing my dad was a big part of that, because I think he had the same job for years, which he loved and stuff like that. But I think when you're in a job, sometimes if it pays the bills and things, like, you get caught up in that. Like, it's just what you do. Like, and well, this is just my life now. And I was kind of getting a bit miserable, but in the lead up to that, I actually considered social work. I would be a terrible social worker because, oh my God, I would end up with a house full of children, and if I went in and the people's dogs were, I would be like, don't treat your dog like that, and your child too. But like, I think that you're never too old. Like, as I say, life is too short. So I am very much I think, what's the saying, like, don't hang around me too long, you'll start to believe in yourself or something like that.
Oh, I absolutely love that. But there's a point that you're like living, breathing proof of that. Like, you was in a really good, stable career with good income, and you've like quit, gone and done what you wanted to do, and created a whole business from it.
And then obviously, again, I've worked since, but it started from a one-day course. And I know that one-day courses get bashed, like, sometimes. And there is some terrible ones, like we've spoke about, but I think if you've got passion and you really want to do something, that one-day course is the perfect start. Like, it's what you take from that.
I think it's the person that takes the course. We slashed the courses. Oh, it's so quick for people to go, oh, that course was bad, or this course was bad, or whatever. There's going to be good and bad, right? I mean, you're obviously a mastermind. We look at all the people that are doing education. We're like, how can we make your one-day courses the best that we can make them? Because for us that have done bad courses, we want to make sure that we're making them the best that we can. But also, it comes down to the student to be like, I'm taking this course, but realise it doesn't stop there.
No.
I have to go on and invest and do more courses and make sure I'm keeping up with the trends. And it comes down to investing in ourselves all the time, which is what you've done.
And that's the same with the coaching as well. So, like, that was totally alien to me. But I feel like the kind of universe that made all this happen, because I had looked at another course retreat type thing, and I'd sent it to my friend Leanne, who's obviously also in the mastermind.
Yeah.
And she had messaged me back saying, what about this one? Do you want to come along to Katie's one? And I remember I was lying in my bed in the morning. I was like to my husband, yeah, so I'm going to Marrakesh. And I remember I had no idea what to expect because I wasn't in your mastermind at that point. I literally just was tagging along. And oh my God, it was amazing. Like, yeah, like so definitely. And see how much even my business is, how much things are, because Leanne and I were talking about it recently, and I was like, I feel like maybe I've not done enough. And she was like that to me, are you kidding me on? Like, think what you have implemented in this time. Like, I only joined in February and I have done loads, like, because things like I did have a booking system, but didn't have the right one. Like, so like things like I've got an amazing booking system in place now, like, that's much more streamlined. Like, I've almost got the men's hair loss room ready. Like, I've been pushing my mesh integration mode and stuff like that. So actually, again, I suppose that comes down to not giving yourself credit.
100%. Like, we just don't look back enough. And I think a lot of the time when it comes down to coaching as well, it's just the accountability alone.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is like, okay, I've invested in this. That means I have to action this.
Yeah,
and then it all kind of spirals with that.
Yeah.
And having that, like, the mindset is like a huge thing as well that comes from it.
Oh, definitely. I think your mindset is really important. Like, I remember I'm really a really positive person. I probably annoy some people, to be honest, but that's okay. But I remember even my sister and I joke, like, she says that she's a realist. So I'm like, sometimes you're a pessimist. And I remember us talking about something one day, and she was like, we can't always be a little bubble of positivity like you. My sister's one of my biggest supporters, by the way. So not in that way, but or like we would slag like I'm the positive, she's the negative or whatever. But I think having a positive attitude has helped me so much. Like, again, I've never really had it terribly hard, but I have had, well, I suppose I'm saying that, but I remember even said like I lost my brother like a year and a bit ago. Like, so like sad things have actually happened. Of like course. and I have still kept my head above water. I've still like put on a brave face, and that's something in our job as well. But again, the fact I built a team really helped me with that, because I was able to, I did only take a couple of weeks, but I was able to take a couple of weeks and I knew everything was fine. Like, that everything was running in the background. And even down to that, because I went from working crazy hours, I'm in my salon maybe 2 days a week at the most now.
Which is amazing.
Definitely. And actually I had been in a bit less, but recently I've stepped in a wee bit more, but that's okay. Because temporary. It is just short term. Yeah. It's very short term. But that's because of the hard work that's went on in the background, and that's allowing me to do other things and stuff like that. And I could never have imagined a time where I would have been in my salon 2 days a week. Like, really? Never. Like, no. But it was one of the ones I'm like, if I'm on my own, if I'm just constantly working on my own, I'm going to be 80 and standing, as great as that sounds, my knees will not hold up till I'm 80. I'll be sitting in a wee chair doing them.
I love it. I feel like we've only really just getting started with Mastermind because you're so still new in it.
That's it,
like,
exactly.
So we've got so much to like still get our teeth into.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm so excited, honestly. Even like this coming down to the in-person event, like, because you can, like, there is times in business where you dip a wee bit and like life gets in the way and you like, oh, I don't have time for all this or whatever. But see, even just coming down to the in-person, like, you feel like you've got that fire in your belly again. Yeah.
And the ideas and the creativity that just comes from that.
And even ideas from so many different people in the room. Like, like I took so much from it. Like, so again, it's the whole always learning, isn't it? Always evolving.
Yeah. So it was worth your 8 hours travel down.
Although I'll tell you what, the 8 hours wasn't as bad as the 2 hours from.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't mind the drives anyway. I think Liam was a bit worried at first about my driving, but we were fine. And then we're closer to home now. But I would do it again. Like, 8 hours is nothing. Like, from what I've taken from it, 8 hours is nothing.
No, it's so good.
I know.
Good. So what advice would you give to someone that is maybe working from home and wants to go into that salon, because you are literally like the person that they would look to with that? What advice would you give them?
So if they were working from home doing hair just now, I would say go for it. Like, you never try, you'll never know. Obviously, investing in good training is definitely the way.
Yeah.
But don't be put off by a one-day course either. And I'm not just saying that because I offer one-day courses, because obviously if one day wasn't enough for someone, then we work with that. But the care is there all the way. It's not just a one day, I'm going to take your money and go. I just think, I say, the whole life's too short. And don't ever be miserable in a job. Like, that is crazy. Like, do you want to get to a certain age and be like, I wish I did this, or I wish I did that? Like, there's a whole exciting world out there. And I think our training's really good. Like, our training is very relaxed and laid back as well, because that's who I am. Like, I want that to come across. Like, it's nothing formal about it. But that's what makes people come as well, because people will always buy into you. Like, you always need to be yourself. Like, I mean, I talk about my dogs a lot. Talk about the wee baby bird I had through the week that was, I'm traumatised with that. But we'll not go into that then. I'll end up in tears. My wee fugly, that's what we were calling him, wee soul. But yeah, I would say just go for it. Like, obviously contact us because I think we are great.
Of course. Because do you just do hair extension training, all the different techniques?
Yeah.
Like, what do you cover in your training?
So at the moment, I offer 3 different courses. We offer weave and nano combo, which is the most popular one because they are the most popular methods. We offer stay individual, which is nanos and keratin bonds. Or we offer all 3 methods as well. But we can tweak them. We can offer 1-to-1, we can offer group, we can offer in salon. Like, all the courses are accredited as well. So you'll get your insurance and everything else you need. And even that, I worked really hard to get that, because I see a lot of people saying, oh, somebody's did this, train the trainer course or whatever. My course was months. And honest to God, there was times I thought, and I was really good at English in school, but I loved writing an essay and stuff. But wow, this tested my brain, because I have a different brain now. But yeah, I worked really hard at that too, and I know my stuff.
Yeah, sure do.
Yeah. My God, I sound like I love myself, but
no,
but I do actually.
Like, God, you've been doing this for so long. You've got an incredible salon. You're amazing at hair. You're an incredible trainer. Like, yes.
And as say, I was in a completely different job. So even if there's someone sitting out there who's like, is maybe working in an office or working in a supermarket or not working, or like, then
work around their children, their new babies.
And see the difference that I don't have any kids, but I initially remember thinking, oh, I'm working from home, I can be there for my dogs all the time. But yeah, like, so people who are trying to work around their kids, because you can literally pick and choose your hours. It's up to you what you do. And as much as there's been stresses over the time, I would not change it for the world. Like, and I remember people being like, oh, 30 or 32, like 30 when I decided, but you sure you want to do that? So I'm going to be 44 on Sunday. Like, I know that, like, that's technically middle age, but imagine I was 44 and I was still sitting in that office job I hated.
100%.
Life
is too short, which you'll know from obviously
Absolutely,
your brother.
Yeah.
And it's like, life is too short, and we spend more of our time at work than we even do with our friends and family. Why are you doing something that you're unhappy with?
That's it. And see the people I've met, like, doing this, like, whether it be like clients or people I've worked alongside, or even the people I've met, like, just like since the mastermind, like, because it is really important to be around like-minded people as well. It's okay for like people, not everyone, to get the way you are, but it does make a massive difference when you're trying to grow your business.
So much. You can be stunted without even realising by just the people you're surrounding yourself with. Without any intention, no bad blood or anything. It's just the fact that the people that you're around maybe haven't got the same vision of you, or they haven't got the drive of you, or they want to protect you So they don't
I
want you
think
to
that.
go to that next level because it's protection, or they don't want you to get hurt or, you know,
Or be
not
too
make
stressed
it, or
or-
be stressed or any of those things. Whereas when you put yourself in a different crowd or surround yourself with them other people, you're like, oh, actually, anything is achievable.
Well, that's the
I
thing.
can do this.
You end up feeling like you can achieve anything. Like one of the girls said yesterday, another quote. I love a wee quote. And I remember, like, before I was opening up my salon, and it was and I was reminded of it yesterday. The what if I fall? Oh, but my darling, what if you fly? And that is so true. Like, yeah, do you know what? You might fall. In fact, you probably will fall a couple of times, but you will fly. Like, as long as you put the work in. Like, you can't expect everything to be handed to you. But, like, I say, when I look back on my journey, like, and again, it's down to the whole, maybe sometimes forgetting how far you've come. Like, when I think about me in there, like, doing people's hair and then going over to the lash bed and then some brows. Oh, what do you want to buy? Then going to college, doing clients before college and after college and my days off. Like, because I still had to earn money while I was at college as well. When I look now, because it's a lot of people say to me, oh, like, are you glad you opened the salon? Like, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. It's worth every bit of stress. Yeah.
Definitely. Nothing in life comes easy, but we can enjoy the ride along the way.
Yeah.
For
and
sure.
It's been some ride so far.
Yeah, I love it.
And it's still not over.
It's definitely not. So if anyone wants hair extension training, contact you on Instagram or website.
So Instagram is probably the best one. So we have LaBonita extensions, so it's nice and easy, and LaBonita Laura extension. I just changed the name of it recently.
I'll put it in the show notes.
That's one thing about me. My memory's terrible with that. I'm sure I changed it to LaBonita Laura Extension Expert Educator or something like that.
We will definitely put it in the show notes.
Like, as soon as you put LaBonita Extensions in, we do come up anyway. The one that's my own one is probably a bit longer and harder to remember. For any information, pricing, anything like that. But if you are thinking about it, just do it.
100%. Like, it's never too late. It's never too early. Just got to take the risk and do it.
Yeah.
There's no point looking at people and going, oh, they're so lucky. Oh, I wish I could be where they are. Like, you can literally do it.
Oh, and that, she's so lucky. That's another one. Ugh. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So lucky.
You have no idea how much sleep I'm running on right now.
And again, I do feel lucky because I get to do something I enjoy, but that was also down to me.
100%.
Yeah.
You've got to keep going, even when it gets hard, and it's only you that can do that. Literally, no one else. No one else.
Obviously, having great people around you is ideal, but at the end of it, you're at the core of it, aren't you? Yeah. You need to get up every day and strive for better.
100%.
And with that as well, the whole striving, like, I'm not money orientated, so I'm not like, oh, I want to get lots of money. I am all about, like, freedom and stuff like that. Like, I want my farmhouse in the middle of nowhere with every rescue animal there is. But again, this job will allow me to do that. Like,
which is crazy, isn't it? Like, how doing a client originally, like, in your home, to then actually you can create all of the freedom because you've gone to a salon, built a team, like, you're building a business. Like, you're going to have that farmhouse of all of the animals.
I know. I'm like to my dogs, I'm doing it for you.
Oh, I love that. I absolutely love that. You're absolutely smashing it. I can't wait to carry on working with you and see where this goes.
Same.
Honestly, like, super proud. Well done.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for coming on.
Oh, I loved it.